High today near 84 degrees and cloudy with a 50% chance of showers. The Audubon river level is at 4.7 feet and rising. It is now time for the Northwest Famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by My Birch Ford and Butch here, by Just a Family Short, located out here at Red Cross Holiday, by BC Collision Center Driven, and by Parker Insurance and Realty, located right here in downtown Jessica Mason Street. And in the studio with us this morning, Pastor Mickey Pomeroy of House of Worship and Ministry. Good morning, Mickey.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
You're one of high-tech pastors. You got your tablet here, all set up on your stand here, ready to talk about something special going on at House of Worship and Ministry.
We are excited about it. In conjunction with Arctic South and House of Worship and Ministries, we're bringing in probably one of the finest Southern gospel bluegrass groups in the nation right now.
We do want to, folks, we do have Ralph Hickox here. He's with you because he's sponsoring this event. Plus, Ralph is going to answer a few questions from Bob about last night's county council meeting. Right, Ralph? Okay. Go ahead, Mickey. Talk about what's going on in House of Worship and Ministry.
And one reason we got them here is because Brother Ralph got a call, and he and I are on that list. And we've got them coming this Saturday night at 6 o'clock. House of Worship and Ministry. We're not going to cost anybody anything except we will receive a love offering. And we're glad to have a group like this to come. And as I was mentioning, one of the top groups in the nation. And so many awards. I've got a list of awards that they've received.
And what is the name of the group?
Jeff and Sherry Easter.
Okay.
Easters, Jeff and Sherry Easter.
Of the Easters. And they're going to be singing what kind of music again?
They mostly are Southern gospel, but they have some bluegrass background.
Okay.
A lot of bluegrass background. Matter of fact, this Jeff's dad was part of the Easter Brothers way back, and then his wife Sherry, her mom is part of the Lewis family. All right, so it goes way back in those groups.
Way back. Okay.
This is what we've been doing for a few years. We've actually gone to 7 groups, and that's how we ran. That's how we got this group in.
Okay.
Was we brought in the sidewalk profs and Jason Castro a few years ago.
Right.
Me and Jamie and our companies, we try to give back to the community, and that's part of it. And because we kind of come on the list because of bringing that first group in, and then we brought Gold City in, I believe it was last year, and they called me a few weeks ago, said that they're going to be coming through the area, and was able to get them into Jessup. They're a really big group. They're really good.
Okay.
And we're always glad to bless back if we can.
Okay, and Arctic South Eaton there, and your companies with your wife are helping sponsor this event. Remax, Jessup Drive-In. Troll Hickox House.
Troll Hickox, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And one thing I would like to mention so that folks would know, they were here at Calvary just back in March, and everybody just raved at the concert they had. But just to give you a little idea of who they are, they have received 5 Dove Awards, 2 Grammy Award nominations, 3 Society for the Presentation of Bluegrass Music Association Awards, 2 International Country Gospel Music Association Awards, 16 Voice Awards. This girl right here, Sherry Easter, when you hear her sing, you're going to realize how she got 16 awards. And also the Fanfare Awards, 5 Scoops Diamond Awards, 4 Hearts of Flame Award, 3 Cash Box Awards, and I can go on and on with the list of awards that they've received. Plus, the thing I like about these folks, I met them a long time ago, a few years ago, and they're very meetable. I'm looking for a word there, but they're very upfront. They're just down-home folks like us, and I think our community will enjoy it, and they will be blessed by their ministry. And I do want to say thanks to guys like Ralph and Jamie and the work they do in our community and what they do for our church also, because they are a part of our church, and they call me pastor, and that makes me feel good every now and then.
Well, good.
You gotta be a good man to be my pastor.
Okay.
It takes a lot.
Hey, some folks say you need a lot of prayer. I need a lot of practice. So either way, we get covered. But Butch, we're excited. Bob, we're excited. We hope you guys maybe can come out and maybe might even get an interview from them. But we'd love for folks to come Saturday night, 6 o'clock. Jeff and Sherry Easter, and they're part also. We need to mention they're part of the Gaither Homecoming group. They're on there a lot, not counting their own personal venues that they go to and concerts. So
Saturday night, 6 o'clock, free.
Yes, sir.
Only a love offering will be taken, so it's free to get in the door. Jeff and Sherry Easter will be at House of Worship and Ministries on Lanesbridge Road, Highway 169, and next to Satilla EMC this Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
If you like old-fashioned gospel, especially, this is definitely something you want to come to, because they're primarily Southern gospel and with a little bit of bluegrass in them. Yeah, if you like the old style gospel, they're just, you can't beat them.
Can't beat them.
Probably one of the most talented musicians too in Jeff. He can play about anything he picks up. I hope his brother comes with him. Somebody mentioned sometimes he does, and he's even more talented. He can play anything. So we want folks to come, Butch. We open our doors and want them to come and get involved. Just have a great time of gospel music that night with Jeff and Sherry Easter.
Okay, Jeff and Sherry Easter at House of Worship and Ministries this Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Go ahead and write it down, put it on your refrigerator, put it in your smartphone. Be there. It's absolutely free, no cost to get in, just a love offering to be taken, and you'll enjoy some good old-time gospel music along with some bluegrass in there with it. And you'll enjoy it there at House of Worship and Ministries, located on Lanesbridge Road here in Jessup on Highway 169, next to Satilla EMC.
Yes, sir.
This Saturday night at 6 p.m. All right, so y'all got that talked about. Is there anything else going on at House of Worship and Ministries you want to talk about?
Well, it's a good time to mention we are coming to the Thanksgiving season, and Brother Van and I were talking. You know, it's always at Calvary Baptist, but give a little promo there. It happens to come my year around. Myself and Brother Jack Lee will actually be doing the preaching that night. Community choir, the community Thanksgiving service at the Calvary Baptist Church. And we try to get all of our churches, the Ministerial Association, we really push that on the 22nd on Sunday night at 6 o'clock, our community Thanksgiving service. And we invite everybody to come and be involved in that.
Okay, the Sunday before Thanksgiving at Calvary Baptist, the community Thanksgiving service at 6 o'clock at Calvary Baptist Church on that 22nd.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we've talked about that, and of course, big happenings going on here in Wayne County. And Bob, I know that you've got a few questions here for County Commissioner Ralph Hickox about last night's county council meeting.
Well, we knew he was coming in, so we didn't approach him last night. But the big question is why? Why the move for? The obvious is the majority of commissioners want a new county attorney. So the question is why?
Well, you mentioned direction. I think it was pretty clear in the election that people did want another direction. And the thing is, you're talking about Bob Smith. Bob Smith, you can't beat as a litigator in this area. He's one of the best. If you want to go to court, he's your man. But I ran saying that I'm going to stay out of court if possible. And that's what I want to do. I want to keep Wayne County out of court. Bob's a great litigator. I don't want to go to court. And that's the direction. In fact, whoever we hire, we've discussed that that person will advise us with counsel, but it advises if we do have litigation, who to pick, but won't be part of litigation. So we'll separate that process. Another thing you mentioned, I've heard several times about one particular commissioner being adamantly opposed. Nobody was adamantly opposed. I heard nobody adamantly oppose it. So I don't know where that came from, but I have not heard that.
We got Boo Thomas on tape saying he's adamantly opposed.
In our conversations, I haven't heard that at all.
But in your conversations, you haven't. No. But on the interview that he had this morning, he said that the new commissioners have come on have apparently shown they want to go into a new direction. He was not in favor of changing the
qualified as adamant, though. I mean, there was no adamant opposition to this that I seen.
No adamant, but he wasn't totally in favor of it.
No, okay. I realize that.
Okay,
but there was no adamant opposition to it.
If it came to a vote, he would have voted no.
Probably so. But adamant, if I'm mad about something, I'm gonna be very hardly addressing it, and that was not the case.
Well, I think the problem was the way it was all handled. There's a way to go about it.
We have quorum rules. We're aware of that. And so when we have an issue, we can't all five go at one time. So there'd be two go. Well, just because two go does not mean the rest of commissioners cede their vote. I didn't have part of what you're talking about, but I didn't cede my vote either. And so while I didn't totally agree with how things went out exactly in that process, all they were doing was negotiating and talking. The actual vote you seen last night, that's what happened.
Well, let's go back to say go to court. The county attorney can't do anything unless he's directed by the county administrator or the county commissioners to do it. So what's that issue?
Well,
you understand that he can't do anything without the commissioners. He doesn't make any money unless the commissioners or the county, fighting this bug, and the county administrator, the county commissioners instruct him to do anything. I guess, but
Which one is this
I don't
one?
understand, that's what that's the issue I'm having a hard time grasping. The county attorney, just like the city attorney, doesn't make any money unless he's instructed to do something by the commissioners or the administrator.
That's
why y'all changed that issue that they had before, where one commissioner was instructed to do something and he
It was
did
still
it.
happening, Bob. It was still happening. We were still having stuff like that pop up. So, I mean,
So you're saying the county attorney was doing things.
no, I'm not going to make any accusation like that.
Well, that's what you're insinuating.
No, I'm saying that there are things that were coming.
There's a
that were happening before.
process and a structure set up. The county, I'm saying this again so people understand that. The county attorney works at the discretion of the commissioners and the administrator.
Yes.
He cannot do anything unless he's instructed by the county commissioners or administrator to do it. So he doesn't make any money, doesn't go to court, doesn't do anything unless he's instructed by the administrator and commissioners to do it. That's a fact.
But there's also advice that's given to us from the attorney. And all we really look for is direction as far as.
take that advice.
No, we don't, and we didn't. That's correct, we don't.
Let's go to the 9 o'clock Friday meeting where all this began. What did you call it? A special called meeting and only 3 commissioners showed up. What was that about?
We postponed the vote until yesterday, last night.
It didn't come to a vote, and that's the problem was. And everybody's upset that what was reported, the words reported was a fact. They went to a special called meeting and they wanted to vote to fire the man.
No, that's
2
you're making
commissioners.
assumptions, Bob. That never happened. We didn't cast the vote.
About what I know, I talked to 2 people 2 of the 4 people that were in the back of the room. I talked to the county attorney who was told what took place, and that's what was taking
You talking
place.
about that Friday?
Yes, that
I
Friday.
was in that meeting.
I know.
There was no vote taken. None was wanted to be taken.
No, that's not true.
You were in there, Bob? You're in this exhibit
I
this now?
talked to 2 of the 4 people in there.
Well, I was in the room. I can tell you too.
Right, and you stated, I'll tell you exactly what you said in the back room. You said you weren't going to vote. If it came to a vote, you were going to vote
That's right.
no.
No vote was going to be taken. I was not going to vote that day because I was not going to vote that day because there was
one
no.
person wanted to vote taken out.
Well, then you need to talk that one person because I'm not that one person. I was adamantly opposed. I was adamantly
That one
opposed.
person didn't want to talk last night.
Well, I can't.
That one person,
I'm not going to get into that person.
His comment was, the county attorney retired.
I was adamantly opposed to taking a vote
What I
on all 5
take
commissioners.
offense of is people trying to tell people that what is on this radio is not factual. That's not correct. I've been in this business for 31 years. I know how to report a story. After that meeting, another meeting took place, and I had a conversation with that same commissioner we're talking about as far as tampering and offering a job that wasn't even open. They went to the city attorney. I don't know if you were part of that, but two of the commissioners and a county administrator went to the city attorney and wanted to give him the job before the job was even open.
They
And I
couldn't
told
give
the
a job.
commissioner,
There was no job to offer.
they talked to him about would he be interested in the job. In fact, the attorney that they talked to had a contract written up showing what he was going to charge to be the city, what he's going to be charged to the county attorney.
There was no
That's a
contract.
fact.
My understanding was they had a price sheet, but no contract.
He showed what he was going to charge the county if he was going to get the job.
Yeah, I can show you price sheets and what I charge for heat and air, but that don't mean it's a contract for me and you,
Why
Bob.
would you go and offer a job that wasn't open? Why wouldn't you wait till the man was done?
You asking
the
me a
job?
question?
Yes, I'm asking that question.
Because I'm Ralph Hickox, and I can't answer that question.
Why did that take place? And I talked to Kevin Copeland. I told him that we had to agree to disagree because I told him that was tampering. You do not offer a man a job that's not open. You wait till the position comes open before. Then you go talk to anybody you want, just like you did last night. Said we're going to go offer it and open it back up.
Bob, you just said a minute ago that you know what was said in the back, right?
And we had an interview also with the chairman about, they talk about good relationship between the city and the county. Well, guess what? The city-county relationship has been tarnished a little bit because the city attorney has been approached to take this job. And that's why they made an executive session at the city meeting, and he told him he wanted both jobs. And he was told by 4 commissioners he's not getting both jobs. He's going to have to choose which job he wants if it comes down to that. All this has been handled inappropriate, and that's what we talked to the chairman about. There's ways that we go about it. Y'all ran saying you're going to change the ways of the past, and unfortunately, the ways of the past are similar to what's taking place now. That's the problem people have. And guess what? You don't have to run again so people will get to decide whether or not they like what's going on. And I can tell you, just listening to the last 3 weeks, what's going on, people aren't happy with what's going on. It was not handled properly. A 21-year person who serves at the pleasure of the county administrator and county commissioners is being threatened to be fired if he doesn't resign.
But you realize that he works at our discretion to help us make
I
decisions.
understand that. Obviously, there's just a better way to handle this. It was handled inappropriate.
What do you thought was the best way of handling it, Bob?
The best way to handle it, he has yet to meet with the county commissioners. The county commissioners have yet to go on to Bob Smith to say, look, we'd like to move in a different direction. Would you resign? Would you retire at the end of the year?
You know that, Bob?
Yeah, because I talked to the county attorney Saturday.
You know that we have not talked to him. We have not had discussions about that.
According to the county attorney, he asked for that meeting. In fact, he says that one of the commissioners said that the reason they're getting rid of him is because he's apparently lied about something. He's asked for that meeting to meet with that person face to face and ask him who lied. I've given the attorney, I'm hoping he comes to my show because I'm telling him, he'll lay it out. Right now, he's not opting to take that invitation, but that invitation has been granted. And anybody else that wants to come and discuss it, we'll discuss as well. I'm just saying this thing was not handled in an appropriate way, in my opinion. For a man who's there 21 years, like I said, I'll go back to the statement I made again. He doesn't do anything without the county administrator, the county commissioners instructing him to do it. So I'm still going back to my original question is why was there such an urgency to push him out the door?
We had previous executive sessions that you seem to be privy to our executive sessions. We had previous executive sessions to discuss this very issue. It was not a surprise. So we have talked about it.
So Bob, what you're saying is you felt that the county commissioners should sit down in an executive session with the county attorney and express their concerns and say the fact that we want to move in a new direction. Is that what you're trying to say?
They didn't have to do an executive session. They could have went to us off and said, look, Bob, we'd like to go in a different
If all
direction.
5 of them get together, they have to have, it's got to be a public
Yeah,
meeting.
we do.
Or 3 or more.
We've had discussions
Yeah,
about
the county administrator was in a bad spot too. Like I said, he said he had to stay neutral in the whole thing.
Right.
He wasn't, but if the push came to shove, I don't think he's in favor of this move either. I don't think he's in favor of this move either.
So which part did you think that some of the county commissioners did wrong in handling this, Bob? The meeting on that Friday morning, or what?
Just the way they went about it. It was pretty much a threat. Resign and be fired. And then once it got reported, they backed off and gave him the option to go ahead and do what he did, which was submit a letter of retirement or resignation. I mean, there's no retirement. I mean, the county doesn't have a retirement policy for the county attorney.
We just want to go in a new direction. We do not want to be in court all the time. And Wayne County has been in court, that's a fact. And it's hurt us from getting industry in town because of that.
But he can't be in court unless he's instructed to be in court.
He's our legal counsel. That is the person that's advising us. We were advised to sue the state of Georgia.
Who made that decision?
The county uses and you're talking the wrong person.
Commissioners haven't sued the state of Georgia. The board of assessors. No, the board of assessors.
Go and check the record. We voted to sue.
I don't believe the county
You
commissioners.
better go ahead and look at it. 3-1 vote. I voted against it. And we're advised to do that. We didn't do it. You're right. But we did vote that way.
The board of assessors are suing the state of Georgia.
I know that, but so was the county commission.
Yeah, you reported that, Bob. Now, getting back to that, the county commissioners, you had the majority, or it looked like a majority of the commissioners who wanted to move in a new direction. They wanted a new county attorney to be able to advise them. And so apparently in this whole situation, from what I can see, it looks like they wanted to tell to Bob Smith either resign, retire, or we're going to bring it to a vote at one of the meetings. And apparently he decided to go ahead and retire. Is that how you take a look at it?
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. So as you mentioned, the county attorney works at the discretion of the county commissioners. We had 3 new county commissioners. As we can see that y'all gone in directions that y'all apparently you ran on your campaigns. I remember you and everybody you ran on that y'all talked about. And so it just comes down to that. Everybody has a different opinion on how these things happen and the direction they go in. But the county attorney, as any county employee does, or not employee, but as the county attorney or the administrator works at the discretion of the county commission, I mean, they could go in there today and y'all can say, Luther, you're gone. But you're not going to do that. You'll go through more of a process. But that's kind of how that I've seen the whole thing here. And it started last spring. You had all the rumblings about it. You had the campaigns, and you had all that went through it, and then boom, we are where we are now. But
man, you're implying a while ago that we're doing the same thing as the previous commission. I don't agree with that at all. I think I'm doing exactly what the people elected me to do, that I ran on. You go back and look at my campaign and what I ran on, well, I sat right in here with you and talked about. You point blank asked me right there, the very things I'm talking that we're doing. I'm doing exactly what I ran on, and that was a change and to move forward with Wayne County. I did run on trying to bring industry to town. I did run on getting us out of litigation. And that was one of the things, and I'm not for it. I'm for a stand out litigation, and it's absolutely necessary because it looks bad on us, the industry. It looks bad on us as a community.
I'm not for litigation either. I've said it many times.
We can only accept the advice we have of who it is.
You don't have
in
to
that
take
office.
advice.
We don't, but why? But what, are you going to have a coach in your dugout constantly tell you to steal a base whenever you know you're getting thrown out every time?
I don't understand why you're taking advice that you don't think is good
Would you do
advice.
that? You'd kick him out of the dugout.
I don't understand what you're saying though. You're taking advice that why would you accept advice that you don't agree with?
I didn't.
They didn't
Go
accept
back and
the
look at the
advice.
place. I didn't.
Okay?
And I'll make it clear. I don't think anybody has a problem with you wanting to move in a new direction. It's just the way it was handled. With a special call meeting on Friday with only 3 commissioners there.
Okay, Bob, can I address that,
But they
please?
didn't vote.
Yes, can I address what you're saying?
But they didn't.
Again, we can't, because of quorum, we can't meet together. So we'll have 2 guys, just like me and Mike did the insurance. Me and Mike did the insurance, and just because me and Mike were doing insurance didn't mean we had to vote for Shag, Kevin, and Boot. It just meant that we were going out talking, trying to fix it, see what we do. Now, we may have said things in that talking that the rest of the commissioners may not agree on. They didn't see their vote to us. And that's exactly what happened in what you're talking about. That was the direction the board wanted to go. Let me make this real clear. Bob Smith is an excellent attorney, and I like him. Again, if you want someone to advise you litigation, he's probably your man. The direction is we want someone to advise on legal matters, but if we go to a court, most likely we're going to hire a specialist for that. We're going to have someone, a separate person, to handle litigation. Might be Bob, but we don't want to be directed that way. And that's what I ran on. That's what I'm standing on. Whether I get reelected or I don't, I didn't run for this. I didn't run for commissioner because it defines who I am. I ran because I want to see something done different. I want to move forward Wayne County. And that's what I'm trying to do. And will I make mistakes on the way? Very likely I will. But I promise you this much. Whatever I do with good intent. Did I agree with everything, how it happened the other day? No. But you know what? Like I said, we sent a delegation of 2 people to go do something, to go find facts. They did not go to hire nobody. They did not go with a contract to do that. They were not supposed to.
They went and offered a job that
No,
wasn't
they
open.
have no authority to offer a job. They did not have the authority from the commission to offer a job.
Why did they go talk to me before the job was open, Ralph?
I'm assuming they were there to get prices, and that was it.
Okay? They're the fact-finding mission, I guess.
Yes, that's all they were doing.
Right.
They don't have the authority to 2 commissioners can't hire nobody.
And they can't go into contract with anybody.
No, they can't. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying,
But all that took place, then why did the city call the city attorney in behind closed doors in executive session and say, what the heck's going on?
Well, I don't blame the city for being upset.
yeah, and you know what? Honestly,
The thing was not handled properly. You got the chairman interviewed today. You can listen to the interview at 12 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
I heard it.
He agrees. It wasn't handled properly. I'll stick to that. It could have been handled entirely different. I don't like the way it was handled personally.
I understand that. I
Well,
respect that.
that's like anything else. Everybody has different opinions about about any of this. So, Bob doesn't think it was handled that way. Other people thought it was handled correctly.
Don't say it was reported inaccurately. That's false.
Yeah,
And that's why I'm saying that.
No, I'm saying no, I hadn't said you said that, but somebody else indicated that, and I'm just saying.
You keep trying to bring me into other people, Bob. I can't do that. And I'm around pickoffs. I ran it by myself, and I would have lost by myself. And if I was with somebody by myself,
You said somebody said something was reported inaccurate on the air, right?
Exactly.
Was it a politician?
Yes.
Okay, well, they can always go back and listen to the news. Bob's got it typed up and it's in his office. We've got it recorded on video, on audio, and the Butch and Bob show is on video and audio. So if they
we're on video.
you're on video.
Or something different.
No, don't worry about it. It's kind of grainy anyway, See that little phone right up in there? That's it.
Okay.
All right. And so, it's one of those things there where, things are done. Everybody has good intentions, but everybody's got the idea of the fact that there's something's not right here, something's not right there. But what it comes down to is the fact that sooner or later, there would have been a vote in the county commission, whether they wanted to continue the direction with the current county attorney or not.
Exactly.
Because of all that was said, the county attorney decided the best thing to do for him, for the county, and for everyone involved was retire. And so, and like you said, you may be going back to Bob Smith in the future as a litigator on one of these issues that may come up in the future for when you get. Oh yeah, you want somebody in the courtroom that's no one better than Bob Smith. So, but y'all, and I've known this for almost a year now. From different county commissioners, the fact that you were looking in a new direction because of certain things, certain reputations the county had, certain things that were going on, that y'all wanted to move in a direction. It's like you wanted your guy, the way that y'all wanted the things run.
Well, and we don't have honestly, that I know of, we don't have a guy particular.
But you don't have a guy.
No, and we didn't. We're going to open up the process. We don't accept any resume. If anybody wants any attorney, we are looking for someone that's just going to represent the board as far as hip steers legally in the right way, but not in legal matters for suing somebody.
Right.
If we have been in a lawsuit, we'll probably look for a specialist for that.
Right. So it may or may not be the county attorney at that time. It'll probably be a specialist, so the county attorney will be advising to go into litigation and that person profit from it.
Exactly.
Unless you want him to.
I don't think that'll happen.
Okay.
I think the consensus of the board is that we won't do that.
Okay. All right.
Just one final question.
Sure.
This comes from Shag.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
That's what we love to shag here.
The man of common reasoning.
That's right.
Why not just wait to the end of the year, not renew his contract? This close to the end of the year. Doesn't he go on a year-to-year basis contract?
No, he's not. That's just it. There hadn't even been a vote on him. I don't know when the last time there was a vote according to the records. I've heard there hadn't been in years. And I know there's no contract.
Why not just wait to the end of the year?
Why not switch to the end of the year? He resigned. He retired last night.
I understand that.
He did that.
Yeah.
We know why he did that.
I didn't escalate it to this.
Yeah. So he went ahead and resigned. The last day he's got 2 more weeks. He will advise the county administrator on different issues that he's working on. So Ralph, what's next for the county commission? What will y'all do in terms of trying to find a new county attorney?
Well, the process we're taking, let me back, if you don't mind me, I'll back up just a second. He was very classy in his retirement paper.
Very classy. That was a good retirement letter that Bob Smith did.
I agree, and I want to say this again. If he's an outstanding litigator, good person, I think a lot of Bob. This has nothing to do with that. Nothing. It's about direction of the board, and I think he's at that direction too. He was been talking about retiring anyway. So it's just the direction I think the board should head in, but it had nothing personal. I mean, Bob's a fine person.
And we all know that.
Yeah, I want that to be clear. There's no animosity at all. I don't have any dislike at all of Mr. Smith, none. As far as the process goes, we're supposed to take applications or resumes, I guess you'd say, and then we're going to sort through them, and we're going to call in for interviews just like we did with Luther, and select who we want to be our counsel.
Okay, now is this person, are y'all going to have a written contract with this person that's going to be renewed year to year, since you said you don't know of a contract?
Yeah, we want to tighten a lot of that. That's been pretty loose. We do want to.
All of those things happen when you have somebody in position for 20, 25 years.
It does.
Things you just kind of, it all becomes like family sometimes.
And that was the problem we run into, where if one commissioner, just like one commissioner last year on the previous board, without the say-so of the rest of the board, spent $6,000 in as far as had him drawing up paperwork without a vote. So $6,000 was spent on drawing up paperwork that wound up failing in the vote. And we want to take that out. You need at least 2 commissioners to even have him bring a paper forward like that. It was pretty much like an open PO the way it was being done. We want to be voted on. We want the person just to give us direction in our meetings and in what we do legally. If we're going to have to sue someone, if we do get in that situation, which we don't want to put the county in that situation, but if we have to, and sometimes we're inevitably have to do that, then advise us who's the best attorney for that. That's what we're looking for.
Did y'all ever talk to Bob Smith and say, listen, we want to go in a new direction. Will you please just go ahead and resign or retire, whatever the case may be? We're going to have to bring this
There's
to
been
a
discussions for months.
months. Okay.
Yeah, so that's not true.
Okay, all right. So the process will be done, and then a new attorney will be hired by the. Do y'all have a timetable on this any type of way?
Well, I mean, we need to have somebody in place some kind of way within about the 13th. We don't necessarily have to be who's going to have permanent. We could have somebody fill in, but his last day is the 13th.
Okay.
So
All right.
I would think we'd have to do something, by then. But, for those people that supported me in the election, I appreciate that. And I hope that they do see that I'm trying to do what they want, what I said I would do. And I'm going to try to continue to stand on that. Sometimes it's like a dog catching its tail does. You got to decide if that's what you really wanted or not. But,
Well, Mickey, Tomberlin, I think we need a prayer over all this. Well, everybody, just to please come together and let's all work for the betterment of Wayne County and the citizens of Wayne County, and do that, right, Mickey?
Amen. We do a lot of praying anyway for our county, so.
Oh, you do, huh?
Hey, they can come out Saturday night to the concert. We'll all be together.
That's right. Everybody can come to the concert at House of Worship Ministries at 6 o'clock Saturday with, once again, Jeff and Sherry Easter going to be there. They have won tons of awards in the gospel field, and they're going to be right here in Jessup, Georgia. We're honored to have them here right here in Jessup at House of Worship Ministries. Saturday night at House of Worship Ministries on Lanesbridge Road, Highway 169, right next to Satilla EMC. EMC, right. All right. Can we all just hug and kiss and get along now? Hug, shake hands. I know, it's just comes down to a matter of different opinions on stuff. And some people like the way things are handled. Some people don't like the way things are handled. Sometimes things get misunderstood.
but it's kind of it's like in having a school bus or a bus and you got 5 drivers. Sometimes the wheel gets snatched and don't go exactly straight the way you want it. I don't know that the way that transpired. I can understand what Bob's saying. I don't know that it happened exactly the way I want to. I don't know you can get something to happen exactly straight when you got 5 drivers.
And the other thing is the thing that Bob's most upset about, and that I am upset about, is the fact that when you've got people out there, especially an elected official, saying, "Well, this is what was said on the radio," and we know good and well that was not said on the radio. We just want for people to understand the what was actually said. We'll have people call up sometimes and, "Well, I heard," that means it's like somebody told somebody, sometimes told somebody, that type of stuff down the line until the story gets back around. And it's not anywhere near what Bob reported on the air. And so, but we do have them recorded, and they're on our website at bigdogcountry.com, so people can always listen back on the news for the last week and listen to it right then if they didn't get to hear it.
Well, Butch, Bob, I'd like y'all to know that I appreciate both of you guys. You guys do a good job at getting the information out there. I've used y'all as a source for a long time. I advertise with y'all as well as I've been on this show. I've really need a chair in here just about. I've been on so many times. I had a person come to me the other day who just started advertising with y'all, and he was just glutting over how he had a $13,000 increase in 1 week. He couldn't believe he got that results from the station. A lot of people follow your stations. A lot of people listen to the show.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
I respect your opinion, Bob. And all I can tell you is my intention is to do the right thing, and that's what I hope we did. I always hope we do. And I hope you can respect that.
I do, and I appreciate you coming in and answering the question. Like I said, and this is an open invitation. I tell people all the time, anybody wants to come and be on this show, they are invited.
I will.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we know you will.
I do appreciate you coming in and answering the questions. Like I said, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I just still stick to my guns. I just don't think it was handled properly.
Okay. Well, Ralph, thanks for coming in. Mickey, good luck with the concert there at House of Worship on Saturday night. And we got to wrap up the Butch and Bob Show. All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty.